Right now, countless development teams and businesses are bleeding capital on monthly AI subscriptions and API credits that are actively fighting against their operational goals. The market in 2026 is dominated by three major architectures: Grok 4.5, Claude Opus 4.8, and the ChatGPT 4.0 and 5.5 family. This bar chart shows the baseline consumer subscription costs for each model. At $20 to $30 a month, they appear almost identical on the surface, but those flat rates hide the complexity beneath. The moment you start automating workflows or building applications, you enter the realm of API token economics, where you pay strictly for the volume of data processed. As we expand the chart to view API input and output pricing per million tokens, the apparent equality disappears. Grok operates at an incredibly cheap blended rate of $1.35, while Claude Opus scales up to $5 for input and $25 for output. Choosing your provider based on which model scores highest on a general intelligence test is a financial trap. Success requires finding the specific architecture that makes your unique workflow profitable. Grok 4.5 operates as a highly optimized engine built specifically for software engineers. Its advantage comes from a joint training partnership with the Cursor IDE, which provided a dataset of real-world developer behavior rather than the finished codebases found on GitHub. By processing how developers actually solve problems, including incomplete files, active debugging sessions, and abandoned code, Grok learned to deeply understand developer intent. This enables agentic tool calling. Grok can autonomously navigate messy, multi-file codebases, tracing a bug across service boundaries without losing its place. This scatterplot compares SWE bench scores against total computing resources. Grok hits an 86.6% success rate, landing in the high-score low-resource quadrant. It uses 4.2 times fewer output tokens than Claude Opus, shrinking waste and keeping API costs low. For developers managing long-horizon, multi-file software projects, Grok 4.5 reaches the correct solution with radically less overhead, delivering the highest return on investment. That rock-bottom API price of $1.35 is entirely dependent on xAI's massive physical infrastructure. In Memphis, Tennessee, their Colossus supercomputer runs on a 2-gigawatt power capacity, driving a staggering 555,000 GPUs. Operating at this scale introduces compute subsidization. xAI is burning roughly $1 billion a month to maintain these low API rates and capture market share. The company stays afloat thanks to its $1.25 trillion merger with SpaceX, leveraging Starlink's cash-generative business as a financial counterweight. To close that massive revenue gap, they are aggressively moving into Wall Street, securing high-margin enterprise contracts with legacy institutions like Morgan Stanley. Grok offers unbeatable coding speed and pricing right now, but building your entire pipeline on it means you are betting that xAI can sustain this subsidized burn rate over the long term. Anthropic's Claude Opus 4.8 serves a completely different operational need. It is built for risk-averse, compliance-heavy enterprise environments. Its defining feature is a massive 1 million token context window. You can feed it entire codebases or hundreds of dense legal PDFs in a single prompt. More importantly, it maintains context window fidelity. It achieves perfect recall across that massive data intake, following strict instructions without hallucinating facts. Using its extended thinking mode, Claude deliberately slows down its processing to map out and execute complex, multi-step reasoning flawlessly. Looking at this dual-axis line chart, you can see Claude's error rate plunging to near zero, but you pay for that precision. Latency spikes to nearly 47 seconds before the first response, and API costs hit a steep $5 for input and $25 for output. It is prohibitively expensive and agonizingly slow for fast, high-volume tasks. But for legal analysis, financial audits, or zero-mistake enterprise compliance, that cost acts as mandatory insurance. Then we have OpenAI's ChatGPT 4.0 and 5.5 family. These are the most widely adopted models on the market, built to be the ultimate daily drivers for consumers and office workers. Their strength lies in multimodal workflows. Voice, vision, image generation, and data analysis all live natively inside one seamless interface. With its massive third-party plugin store and deep native integration into Microsoft 365, it offers the path of least resistance for corporate generalists. But as this radar chart shows, that breadth comes with a trade-off. ChatGPT maximizes versatility and ecosystem, but it scores lower on rigorous, autonomous SW bench coding tests compared to Grok or Claude. It remains the most friction-free assistant for project managers, marketers, and content creators. It is simply the wrong choice for a dedicated, high-volume software engineering backend. This flowchart maps out workflow economics, starting with a single question: what is your primary operational bottleneck? If you are a high-volume developer or CTO building API-heavy applications and agentic coding pipelines, you follow the first branch to Grok 4.5. Provided you can work within its context limit, it provides unbeatable token efficiency and codebase awareness. If you are an enterprise manager or legal team dealing with massive document ingestion where there is zero tolerance for errors, you follow the second branch to Claude Opus 4.8. You are trading speed and budget for absolute instruction adherence and safety. If you are a time-poor generalist, content creator, or office worker needing an all-in-one tool, you follow the third branch to the ChatGPT family. It lacks specialized coding dominance, but it delivers the absolute best overall versatility and software ecosystem. Committing your budget to the wrong branch guarantees wasted capital and constant workflow friction. The reality of the market in 2026 is that the era of the one-size-fits-all AI model is permanently over. Stop making purchasing decisions by blindly chasing synthetic benchmark scores and marketing claims. The only benchmark that matters is how perfectly a model's underlying architecture aligns with the hard economics of your daily workflow.